Hello there. My name is Kevin Yoakum, and I will be your Gateway to Success facilitator for the next 7 or 8 weeks. Um, this course is fully online, so um, I need you to generally check in every day, if not every 2 or 3 days. Um, we have several checkoffs to go through, so I want to guide you through those. Um, tonight, today, this week, we're going to go through some of the basics on how to use Blackboard as well as a few other kind of introduction items. So, first of all, welcome to Gateway and welcome to Gateway to Success. Um, so, um, when you first open any course in your Blackboard, from your Blackboard home screen, when you click and open a course, generally you're going to end up at the My Announcements or Announcements page. So this is where our landing spot is for Gateway to Success. This area will have kind of a running log of all of the email announcements that I send out to you each week. You'll also receive the email as well. So all of these announcements, for the most part, are going to have videos or video links. So again, they'll be archived in this area. Next up, generally too, for most of your Blackboard courses, what you see along the side over here is pretty similar from instructor to instructor, from course to course. So generally you can bet that you're going to see a lot of similar type of tabs. So the first one after announcements is some general info about your instructor. Now on this page, you'll have the instructor's email address, their office phone, their office location, as well as office hours. There you can see my info there. If you do need to meet with me for any reason, uh, and Wednesday 2 to 3 is what I have set aside, make sure you email me if you want to meet with me during those times. Um, again, if you need to make an appointment, I have a lot of availability that way too. So if you need to meet with me for any reason to go through a few items, I can hop on Zoom pretty much anytime. Just send me an email and we'll get it taken care of. All right. And then the next link that you'll always have is a course syllabus link. This course syllabus is going to be kind of your contract with your instructor. You'll want to refer back to this occasionally throughout the semester if you have questions regarding the grading scale, regarding possibly even due dates. Those are the main things I think you'd go back to the syllabus for. So for you, you're going to want to click the link to open our syllabus. This gives us some basic information. And again, all Gateway syllabi are, for the most part, I should say all, most are going to be streamlined to look just like this. So you'll have the course title as well as the date, semester, I should say. And then the meeting dates and times. We don't meet. This course is asynchronous and online. The start date is February 6th, and the end date is March 27th. Okay, again, asynchronous just means that there's no meeting time. You have to log in when it fits your schedule. Usually, I would suggest maybe an hour to 2 hours each time you log in. You can get quite a bit done. Do that a couple times a week, you should be good to go. Yeah. And again, location. So if this was a ground course or face-to-face or even a hybrid or blended, you would have more specific details in this area. What campus, what room number. All right, we're going to keep her moving. So next, you're going to have You'll see strengths. You don't know what that means probably right now. We'll talk about that later in this semester. And there's some other info again, office hours and instructor info. Then you always have course information, kind of the description of the course, what materials are required. This course, no materials are required. I'll show you and talk about Office 365 again as we go. All right. You also find course outcome summaries and policies, just general items you probably won't really read much into. This information is important. You'll have your attendance policy. Again, this is and participation. This is an asynchronous course. It's fully online, so attendance is really just you logging into Blackboard. Like I said, try to log in once a day just to stay fresh. Again, I know you're all very busy, so if you could even log in every couple days or even once a week, but don't let too many days go by without logging in. All right. So anyway, we do not meet in person or in Zoom. So, but I have office hours if you need to meet with me. And again, you want to log in weekly and complete the assignments by the due dates. We do have some discussion boards, so you will have some interaction with your classmates through the discussion boards. So again, just keep it professional. We try to avoid too many trigger words, and certainly this is a learning environment, so we respect each other's opinions and perspectives. So keep that in mind. I don't think you guys are all here taking this course and certainly taking other courses with the goals and intentions of being successful in your chosen field. So certainly having respect and courtesy and treating others the way you'd want to be treated, all those golden rules certainly apply here. This course is a pass fail. So there's no letter A, B, C, D, F for this course. You either get up to a certain number of points, which for us is 585. So once you reach 585 points, you're passed. You may reach 585 points before the semester's over. At that point, you can decide to continue, or you can say, I'm good. I passed the course. I got what I needed out of it. I'm moving on. So anyway, keep that in mind. Most courses are not pass fail. Most courses have a grading scale, usually kind of a 60, 70, 80, 90 type of thing. So pay attention to that. This is important for your syllabi. And again, this is your contract with your instructor. Due dates, again, they're outlined here. Generally, you want to have everything in by the due dates. Some instructors are very strict with due dates, and they don't really accept much in the way of late work. If they do, it maybe with penalties and all this other stuff. So make sure you stick to your time management and your due dates. Personally, I don't. I'm not a huge stickler for due dates. I strongly encourage you to stay on track and on task. I also understand life happens. And if that's the case and you're going to be late with assignments, just shoot me an email and that's not a big deal. We'll get it taken care of. Generally, and by the way, I teach in the natural sciences department full time. So my students are taking anatomy and physiology, animal biology, general biology. So those are the courses I teach. And my due date policy is the end of the semester. So if you can get everything into me by the end of the semester, I'm good with that. Now, I'm pretty rare. There aren't a lot of us that way, but just keep that in mind that most instructors are pretty strict with due dates. So make sure you try to stay on track. But like I say, if you're going to be late on something, just send me an email. It's not a big deal. All right. So anyway, the key dates. This is when everything's due. You can look through that on your own. Let's see. Now the rest of this is going to be what you'll see in all of your syllabi. So this is general college policies. I'm not going to go through these up right now. You can read through these yourself. In fact, one of your first assignments is a short little kind of a scavenger hunt, looking for different things. So anyway, there's your syllabi, or there's your syllabus. You're going to want to take a look at that. Once you have looked through it, you're going to want to click this button, Mark Reviewed. Okay, that's your first 15 points of the course. So again, you want to get up to, let me pull it up just so you can see for yourself once again. Where did it go? Grading policy, there it is, 585. Okay. That's your magic number. I'm going to put that in bold. Oop. So that's where you need to be. Your first 15 points, simply click Mark Reviewed. And then at some point this week, I'll go into the grade book and pop those 15 points in. All right, so let's keep her moving. Course deliverables. That's the next item of note you're going to want to pay attention to. This is something you'll want to refer to potentially each week. This is your checklist of things you need to do. Yeah. So I clicked that and it opened over here. And here we go. Getting started, the course syllabus, acknowledgement and receipt, 15 points. I also put another one here. You don't have to do this one, but you can click that one too if you want. But anyway, and then this week, so the deadline is February 13th. Again, if you need extra time, by all means, let me know. I like I say though, try not to get yourself too far behind, especially at the beginning, because catching up can be kind of a hassle. And the way I have this course set up is it's very kind of stepwise. So, if we're getting into the third or fourth module and you're still on module 1 or 2, it can make things a little confusing for you potentially. But anyway, because this is fully online, this section, you can kind of work at your own pace too. Just make sure you have everything in by the end of March. In fact, go back to the syllabus, pop this up, end date, March 27th. Okay. So your first batch of goodies right here, email etiquette quiz. We'll take a peek at that. See that scavenger hunt I mentioned, and then a couple other little items. So let's go into Blackboard again. All right, then you click Mark Reviewed if you'd like. There's a video that you can watch as well. One of my colleagues, Oliver, who is our director of this Gateway to Success course, he's one of the primary creators and moderators of this course. Not this section, I am the moderator of this section, but the overall Gateway to Success. I think we have probably 60 or 80 sections per semester. So anyway, you will see, if you watch, which I again highly recommend that you watch these videos. When you watch them, you're going to be hearing and possibly seeing Oliver. So anyway, you can watch that. Oliver gives you a nice tour of Blackboard. So whatever I don't cover now, you can go back and watch that if you'd like. So anyway, all of this is under course syllabus and assignments. Zoom room link, that's what you'll click if we ever need to meet for office hours or anything. You would click that and it'll take you into the Zoom room. Let's see. Course resources and how-to videos. This is another spot that you would potentially find some nice resources to use. This talks about kind of the learning cycle that we use for many of our courses, especially Gateway to Success. So you may see this engage to get you kind of, get your feet wet a little bit. And then we go a little further and test and kind of analyze and assess comprehension. And then we can go through and review some of the topics and practice what we've learned. And then finally try to apply that information into the real world, into something that we're going to use, what we would say is applicable. So anyhow, in fact, most of you, if not all of you, depending on what your degree track or your intentions are, you're probably going to be going through this kind of apply idea throughout your whole experience at Gateway, because the way we teach our courses is in a way for you to understand the information so you can apply it in your career. So a lot of what we do is hands-on, or applicable to your job that you'll be doing. So anyway, how-to videos. So this folder is going to have this is that same video from over here that we looked at a few minutes ago. There's another spot that you find it. And then there are a couple other videos on the Strengths Finder, Smarter Measure, and Grad Ready. These are the three of the four, I would say, primary items for you to do this semester. Okay. And again, we'll talk about it. We're not ready to talk about this stuff yet, but once we are in a week or two, then you're going to potentially want to watch those videos. All right, so let's go back into course resources and videos. So again, that folder is where you'll find that. Blackboard, maybe some more specific videos related to Blackboard are going to be in here. So if you're struggling with Blackboard and want to understand how to do an assignment Dropbox, or just generally staying organized and communicating. And so anyway, you can watch those if you'd like. They're very helpful. We use Blackboard for all of our courses. Computer video players and plug-in resources. These are a couple of recommended items that you're going to want to have associated with your computer, not just for Gateway to Success, but for, again, all of your courses at Gateway. You'll want an Adobe Acrobat Reader or Viewer. Most of you, if not all of you, have that, even on your cell phone. And then we have a couple of media players that you may find to be helpful. All right. Again, more items, computer software, resources. You're going to want to get, if you don't have it already, Office 365. So there's a way to get that. You can click the link. And this goes through how to get Office 365 for free as a Gateway student. You see, open your web browser, navigate to your My Gateway portal. And again, mine may look a little different than yours, probably not too much different, but My Gateway is something you should find at your student portal. And you'll get some, and again, yours will be slightly different. My wallpaper or widgets, again, are set up slightly different than yours. As being a faculty member, there's going to be a lot of faculty stuff, as you can see on here. But employee resources, you're going to have one. You're going to find a quick links card in yours. I don't know if I have one of those, but anyway, yeah, I can see it. It's right here, quick links. Okay, so you just click Office 365. That's it. No sign up required. You'll now be logged in. Whoa. Talk about simple. All right. After setting in your account, you can now install it. So now that you have access to it, now you can install it on your computer. Doesn't get much easier than that. Yeah, so I don't need to go through with this at the moment. So, but anyway, that you can see that's got that dual authentication. So you may have to enter in your phone number and get a text to verify you are who you are. All right. So yeah, get that. Most of us are using either Word documents for our students when we grade them, or we use Google Docs. So I've been using Google Docs and Google Sheets a lot more the last couple of years. I know a lot of my colleagues are as well. So you may have instructors that use Google Docs. Either way, you'll still want Word. All right. Accessibility, if you have a learning disability or need any kind of accommodations, we do have that. This has Read Speaker. So if you're hard of hearing, you can get Read Speaker. It's right here. There's a little arrow you'll notice. If I pop that, it's going to activate Real Speaker. And it'll tell you, Read Speaker. It'll tell you a little bit about it in this video. But it's basically as you navigate Blackboard, it will tell you what you're clicking. So anyway. A couple other items: Speechify, Read Aloud, Acrobat Reader. So there are other types of readers. So we have a lot of other, we have a whole section we'll talk about later in the semester regarding Gateway resources. So anyway, lastly, we have financial literacy resources, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And then what is next? So let's click that, financial literacy. This you're going to do later in the semester, Grad Ready. So it does talk about financial aid and just generally how are you going to pay for college. All of you have different methods and ways of going about it. So this, you'll be doing a Grad Ready activity later on in this semester. Then lastly, we talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. I think about module 5 or so. So we'll talk about some of that. There's a comedy and a video in there as well. But anyway, there's some diversity, equity, and inclusion info for you as well. So those are all just generally how-tos, other resources. Let's see. Okay, so I clicked that arrow at the bottom and it took me to modules. So you don't have to go through course resources and click that every time. You can just hit modules. It'll open it up in the exact same place. Hey, this is where you'll spend most of your time initially kind of accessing each week's assignments. So module 1, welcome, getting acquainted and getting started. There's some slides you can watch, or not watch, you can look through them. Okay. Oh, I need to change my date. I can do that right now. In fact, oh, what happened there? It's 2023 too already. 02. I do. All right. So a couple of things that you're going to do this week. This is your agenda. And then we have, again, it just goes through what you're going to do this week. Some email etiquette info. Okay. So anyway, you don't need to, you'll be going through that on your own. So click those, zip through those if you'd like. And here are the first items that well, I guess second, because you marked your syllabus as reviewed. So at this point, kind of piggybacking off of the syllabus info, you probably still have pulled up. Over here we go. So here's your syllabus. There's a little scavenger hunt activity. It says for this assignment, you need to use our syllabus and answer 5 of the questions below. 3 from group A and 2 from group B. Any 3 and any 2. You can answer them all if you want, but you certainly want to do at least 3 from group A and 2 from group B. How are you going to type this? Where are you going to type it? And all that good stuff. Well, if you just got Office 365, you can certainly type everything into your Word doc. Okay. Again, I like to use Google Docs, so I will piggyback off of it. So let's say you had your syllabus open. You could just hit File, New Document, and then you're going to have a brand new document. So this is one way of doing it. So then you would put syllabus hunt, and then maybe your last name. Just something like that up in the title. Now, at this point, what you can do instead of rewriting all of this, and I recommend this to you guys for everything that you do, is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can copy and paste stuff and then answer those questions, so you're not flipping back and forth constantly. So now I have the questions, and it told me I needed to do 3 from here and 2 from here. So maybe you just want to do the first 3. It doesn't really matter to me. But at this point, it says, how should you submit your assignments for this course? So it's probably going to tell you because it's going to say submit them in Blackboard. This is an asynchronous online course, so you can't hand them in to me. You don't even need the syllabus to answer that question. So anyway, does the class have a textbook or other required materials? Man, I can't remember. What did we talk about? Shoot. Oh, yeah, there it is. Boom. Do you need to type all of this in? No. You could copy and paste that. Right in. Boom. Done. Next question. Okay, so that's how simple it is. Now let's say you're ready to put this in the Dropbox. Well, you have to hit share for one thing. You got to share. All right, you learned that in kindergarten. So how you're going to share is you're going to click that share button, and then this arrow says restricted. You want to click that and say anyone with the link, and then you're going to hit copy link, and then you're ready to put it in the Dropbox. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. Notice these little icons out here. This is a web link. If I click that, it'll take me to a link or out to a website. This means it's an assignment. So if I click this, notice it's a link. It's going to stay within Blackboard. By the way, a rubric is how you're going to be graded for this assignment. So you can click that, and it'll tell you how you're going to be graded. Okay. All right. So you can read through that on your own. Now we're in the Dropbox. It establishes kind of the footing of the assignment here. So that's what you have there. It's the same thing you just clicked on. But now we're in the area where you're actually going to submit your assignment. You have several options here. The first option that I showed you is doing it in a Google Doc. Okay. But remember, once you're done, you have to give anyone with the link access, hit copy link. Then you're going to come over here, and you can either put it in the comments, the link, or you can click write submission and put it in the link that way. Either way, you do that and then hit submit, boop, at the bottom, and you're done. Now, that's your first option, Google Doc. Second option, and personally, it doesn't really bother me how students submit assignments. If you wanted to write your submission, so say you wrote it, I don't know why you would do this, but you can. You could do your assignment, copy it, and paste it in this write submission box. But why would you do that when you could just paste the Google Doc link? So anyway, so you could potentially type in your answers there. Most teachers or instructors kind of frown upon that. They typically want you to either give them the Google Doc link, or they want you to put the Word doc or the PDF directly into Blackboard. So let me show you how to do that. This is a Google Doc. I can't put a Google Doc in here. I can only put it in here or in the right submission. So I'm going to download this. Or maybe you don't like Google Docs, or you've never used it, you're not familiar with it, and you like Word. Well, you can come down here, click download. Okay, so go to File, Download Microsoft Word. Click that. And there it is. It downloaded this right to my computer. I come over here, I hit Browse Local Files, and then I go to Downloads, and there it is, Syllabus Hunt Yoakum. So I click it and hit Open. And there it is. And then hit boom, Submit. Okay, so 3 ways to do a Dropbox. Google Doc, copy and paste, put it in the right submission or in the comments, hit submit. Remember to make sure you grant access and share the document. Secondly, you could potentially just write or type your answers. Thirdly, you have a Word doc or PDF, something on your computer. You hit Browse Local Files, find it on your computer, highlight it, hit Open, and done. Or you can even double click it. You can even drag it and drop it. So I can grab it, drag it, see how it turns purple, and drop it. See, regardless, it's getting put in there. And then hit Submit. All right, so that's how you do a Dropbox. You have several of those this semester. So that's your first task for Module 1. Second task for Module 1 is a discussion board. Okay, if you've never done a discussion board, this is where you're going to land. There's also a link over here for discussion boards. You can go right to it. Here it is, Module 1 discussion board, my fullest name. I just click that. This is a post-first discussion forum, so that means I'm not able to read what anybody says until I create my own thread. So there we go. Subject. What's your name in the subject line? Oops. Oh, by the way, it continues with the assignment. So here's what you're going to do, just like you did for your previous assignment. Copy and paste. Questions below may help you get started. It says use the link above. We just opened the discussion board. Write out your fullest name and briefly tell your story. So you can write out your fullest name in the subject line. You can put your middle name if you want, or if you multiple names, you can. Doesn't matter to me. You put first and last name. You just do first name. We're generally going off of your first name. Okay, so copy, come on, grab it. Yeah, it gets a little squirrely. There we go. We'll just do that. The thing about Blackboard too is you can't, if I come in here and I hit right click paste, it's not going to let me. See, it says I use Control V. So Control V is your paste in Blackboard. So anyway, question below I help you get started. So who gave you your name? My parents did. Why that name? They like the sound of it. I really don't know any of this. If it's true, I never asked them. I should. I think it's Irish, and they're not Irish. I don't know. I think I was born in '75, and so Kevin I think was a fairly common name. I don't know, maybe Kev. It's just obvious how I would get that name. My mom called me Tiger and other stuff too. I prefer Kevin. So, but anyway, that's all. That's what you do. There's your post, your thread, and then you hit submit. Oop. And some of you, many of you, I think this came over from my other class. It looks like so. I'm gonna have to go through. Looks like Emily's in here, author anonymous. So. Huh. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but you don't have to read and respond to these other folks. You can if you want, but for some reason Troy and came over. Like these guys kind of came over into this shell. So anyway, Emily looks like did this a couple weeks back. Welcome, Emily. Awesome, good for you. I appreciate it. I know for some reason our shell got open super early, so now that's great. I'm glad Emily did that. So thank you, Emily. Now I need to reply to Emily. I don't specifically, but if I'm a student, I do, because I do like to see all of you reply to at least one of your peers. So you can click this and you get a series of items, or I can just click Emily's name and it'll open it up. All right, who gave my mom and dad? They said my name sounded pretty. Ethnic origin is ancient Rome. Nickname is Benny. Benny Bear. Family just start calling me Benny. Cool. All right. Hey, Benny. My preferred name is Emily. Yeah, I hear you, Emily. Thanks. I agree, not with you and your preferred name, but I like my just regular name. It's easiest. So if I want to reply to Emily, I hit reply. This is just like doing like an email or anything else. Awesome. Emily. Welcome to and G2S. All right, welcome to Gateway Technical College and Gateway to Success. And then I just hit submit. And now there's a reply. Now let's say I misspelled something or used to be able to. This is reply quote. You used to be able to unless this be your original post, you used to be able to edit your post, like if you made like a spelling error or something. I'm not seeing that. So anyway, let's go in here. Maybe that's where, yeah. Used to say reply, quote, edit, delete. So you can even delete your post if you didn't like it. So anyway, there's that. This tells you unread posts, unread replies. So that's all you need to do for your discussion board for module 1. Get back into module 1. We're almost done. I'm not going to keep you too much longer. All right, so there's that. Here's another. See, again, you can see this is a drop box. If I scroll over, boom, my finger lights up. So this is a new student orientation. Again, back to my gateway. So it says Gateway's new students tool design. It's got college resources, policies, procedures, exploration of the depth of Gateway to Success, as well as the college itself. You're going to want to, there's a hyperlink. So you click My Gateway, it's going to take you right there. Click My Gateway. Oh, remember that one? Okay. So go over here. says find the link for new student orientation, which we found on the left-hand side of the page under the My Advisors Success Team banner. Now I can tell you right now, I probably don't have that. So it's going to be one of these, right? Let's see. I don't think I have. Well, here we go. Let's do this. Discover more. This pulls all of them up. So let's see. Where am I? There we go. Says new student orientation. So if you can't find it, I wonder if we can find it under advisors. So there's a search engine. So if I come in back over here and I just type in advisors, here it is, success team. So right here. So you should, I think you'll have something already, and it'll have, because I'm an instructor, so I don't have advisors. I'm an advisor myself. So, so anyway, you would have something there under the My Advisor Success Team banner. You should have a new student orientation, and then you'll work through those 7 modules. Let me see if I can find it this way. There we go. New students. Oh, there it is. All right. So it's under a different banner called New Students. Access the online orientation. There you go. So that's what you need to do. It's possible to save your progress and resume at another time. You have to complete all 7. So yes, that's important to know, right? Because it can take you an hour or so potentially to do it. Okay, so click that. I've already done it. This is what it'll look like when you finish. You're going to have check marks in all of these boxes. So what you'll want to do from here is take a screenshot. So if you do this from your phone, you know how to do a screenshot. If you're doing it on your computer, it's usually function print screen. There we go. Function print screen will enable me to do a screenshot. So I can go like that, capture the image file, and then I can save it as Yoakum orientation. All right. Saving it in my pictures. And you may not have the same Snapit or Snagit editor. If you don't, I'd recommend it. It's awesome. It's a great tool. Okay, Snagit editor. It's a really good screen grab, and you can do a lot of little bells and whistles with it. All kinds of text captures. I could make arrows, draw hearts around it, whatever. All right, so let's go back here. So that's it. That's all you need to go through each of those. Hey, what happened here? So then once you're done, we took our screenshot, then you come in here. Boop, 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 boop. Browse local files. Remember, that was a picture. So I go to pictures, save pictures, Yoakum orientation. There it is. Hit bink, submit, and then I'm done. So that's item number 3. And then 2 more items I want to go through real quick. This is excellent right here. I would highly recommend this. I think I've got it open. Blackboard orientation. This is something, and by the way, any of these items that you open. So if I click this, blink, it's going to give me this nice Google slideshow. Well, once you're done with Blackboard, you'll never be done with Blackboard till you graduate. But once you're done with Gateway to Success, you may not be able to access some of this stuff anymore. Your course will close out. But maybe you want some of the info from that we've done, so you can see. This is an excellent 64 slide presentation on all of the intricacies of Blackboard and some other items that'll help you really navigate Blackboard as you go. So you may want to refer to this later is my point. So you hit File, Download Microsoft PowerPoint. And now it's yours as a PowerPoint. Okay. So anyhow, that's just a side note. So it's not required. I would highly recommend it. Anyway, what is required, you got a little email etiquette quiz to do. So I want you to watch this email etiquette video. I've got a link that talks about some basics of writing emails to the professors. There's a little slide deck. You can certainly go through and look at some of these. I also put them in this module 1 slide deck. There's the link too for that Blackboard orientation. But anyway, here it is. So you don't have to answer these, like you don't have to submit these or anything, but you can kind of go through no subject, no introduction or greeting or anything. So those are a couple things I would maybe improve on that one. Okay, this one's really brutal. All right, you can probably figure that one out pretty easily. So anyway, you don't have to do, you don't have to submit these or anything. What you do need to do though is take this email etiquette quiz. It's short 10-point quiz. It's unlimited attempts, so you could take this out as many times as you want. It's short and sweet. Okay. Just 5 questions. Okay. So again, if you miss any, just go back and redo it. It tells you at the end what you missed or what you got wrong. Okay, so that's your module 1 quiz. Hopefully you guys are hanging in there. I know this is kind of long-winded, but it's the first week, so I got to make sure I cover all these bases. I'll come back to that. Lastly is for things you need to do, because again, remember our course deliverables list. Remember this bugger from before? I had a lot of windows open, but remember that course deliverables list? We found that over here, course syllabus and assignments. Okay, open that up, you'll get the course deliverables list. All right, so let's go back over to that real quick. So we did the email, we did receive acknowledgement of the syllabus, mark is reviewed, email etiquette quiz we just talked about, syllabus scavenger hunt, copy and paste answer 3 from group A, 2 from group B. Then you have the little student orientation screenshot once you do all of those. Discussion board, my fullest name, we talked about that. So last thing on the docket, and then we're done for the week, academic success journal. So some instructors require a journal entry, or they may not require it so much as have it as an option for maybe even extra credit. So part of Gateway to Success is I want to introduce you to all the potentials that you may run across from instructor to instructor, because we're all slightly different, just like you are slightly different from one another. So so this is a dual journal. Notice the icon. Again, I click that. It's going to give me the directives. What's your definition of academic success? Choose from 3 options: find or draw, and briefly describe a picture or graphic. So a lot of students will just Google, a graduation picture and put that in. A lot of students will Google a big fat piggy bank and put that in, or a big dollar sign, or a big mansion, or whatever motivates you. Maybe they'll put a family. So just basically what motivates you what drives you to have academic success. That's one option. So just a picture, an image. You can also write your definition. 100 words. I don't count words, so you can say what you just say in 10 words. That's fine with me. But your definition of academic success. And then lastly, you could do a short video or audio through Snapchat or any of those other, there's so many different audio and video recording tools, but you could do that too. Anyway, any of those. Most students do either number one or number two. In fact, I don't know if anybody's ever done number three, in the couple of years I've been teaching this. So it doesn't mean it can't start. So, but anyway, definition of academic success. Now, how do I type in? I just got grade. I don't know what to do. It's this right here. Create journal entry. Title, you can put academic success or something like that. And again, you can start typing in, what does academic success mean to you? If you have some sort of image that you want to upload, it's going to come from here. Picture of a bunch of animals, okay? And boop, post entry. Oh, it makes a title. So yeah, it's going to force you to put a title. Oops. Boop, post entry. There we go. And by the way, nobody sees these entries. These are between you and me, so you can say whatever you want. And other students can't access those. All right, so let's see. That's it for Module 1. That's really it for the week. I do want to direct you to one item. I don't want to scare anybody away, because really remember, what's your magic number that you're trying to get to? Boop, 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 boop. 585. Okay. I know that. I just want to show you that that's what you're shooting for. So anyway, you may get to 585 and you don't even have to do this last item. That's up to you. I recommend it those. It's a very singular, personal kind of item. It's called a moment of meaning capstone project. I don't know what the heck just happened there. I don't know. Anyway, moment of meaning capstone project. We're just about done. You can tell my computer's now on the fritz. I don't have a touch screen anymore, so I can't zoom in or out. I frankly am not sure what happened. So, but anyway, moment of meaning capstone project. I have a tab which you used to be able to see, but I wonder if I can. I bet I can just come right over here and open a Blackboard. We'll just start over, because I don't know what the heck happened to my screen. Yes, moment of meaning. So anyway, it's a reflection on the semester. You can do whatever you want. You can do a couple paragraphs in a Word document saying kind of where your past, present, future is what I like to call this. Where were you before you got to Gateway, and why did you decide to come here? What's been your experience in this short amount of time so far, and what did you get out of this course that's going to help you for your future? Okay, and what is your future outlook, and kind of what are you looking at getting into, and major, and all of that good stuff? Okay, what's your program of study? So I like those from students. I like to see kind of where they've been and what drove them to come to Gateway. And now that so it's the past, and then the present, kind of what are you doing with this Gateway to Success, and maybe some other courses, what's been your experience so far, and then boom, looking ahead to the future. You don't have to do that. That's just a suggestion. You can do it as a Word document, kind of a journal looking deal. You can do it as a PowerPoint presentation or Google Slides. You can do a short, a lot of students will do a video. It's like this, Snapchat or whatever video, and they'll upload it. So anyway, totally up to you. Okay. And we'll be checking in. There are different kind of check off or kind of checkpoints, I should say, for the moment of meeting. So I put a link over here as well. So you can click that. And it just gives you some kind of course links that keep you kind of on task. So this is the overview that I just kind of showed you. So if I click that, it's going to take me here. And then I click this, it's going to give me a document with some more details. Okay. Go back, samples, outlines due in module 3. So I'm not going to talk about this again until module 2. So next week I'll briefly talk about it. Then module 3, there's a little kind of a checkpoint outline that again I'll talk about a little bit more next week. But anyway, that's it. I don't want to talk anymore. I've said enough. So if you so welcome for starters and for enders. It's great to have you here. Again, with asynchronous courses, you want to stay on track, get those check offs done, and boom, move on with life. Don't let stuff linger. Don't leave it hanging over your head. Just keep her going. If you have questions, send me an email. Every Sunday night, I'll be doing a video. So next Sunday night into Monday, you'll have another video that goes through module 2 next week. So anyway, that's all I have for you. Have a great week and let me know if you need anything.